run for governor, there's going to be a vacancy. And so the issue presented for you, the question that New Yorkers are going to have to answer in November is, who's going to be the next lawyer, the next Attorney General? In my view, if New Yorkers are going to hire a new lawyer, they ought to hire the best one available. Someone who's got a track record, not only of excellent results in the legal sector. I've been a federal prosecutor, but it's not just about crime. I've been a defense lawyer. You have to defend the state. I've been a plaintiff's lawyer, and a darn good one. You have to be proactive. I've done all of those things. And I believe in public service. And how do you know that? Because of the 30 years I spent in uniform, including 18 when I was trying to be a lawyer in New York. And so what I hope to do over the coming months is ask you to, I know you'll pay attention. Give me a fair shake. Look at my website. You'll see my Irish immigrant mother on there. She's probably my best advocate. And I'm happy to answer any questions you have. I certainly, as a lawyer interviewing for a job, part of this is wanting to know what the client wants. So what do you want from your Attorney General? Because I'm here to be your lawyer going forward. And every day that I'm the Attorney General, I'll have one standard. What is in the best interest of New Yorkers? That's what I want to do. And with your help, I'm going to be able to do it. Thank you, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Are there any questions, Mr. Coffey? I answered them all?
Fair treatment for all.
It was a good interview.
I'd be lenient with the... Well, the Attorney General's office is one of the few agencies in the state that actually makes money. And let me just tell you, I'm looking to reform Albany, and I'm looking to keep an eye on Wall Street, but I'm also looking at the issues that matter to people, like environment, civil rights, consumer fraud, those types of things. And I have a lot of experience in those cases, and I'll bring that to bear on your behalf. But so I hope to be making money for the state. We have two, Olenike and I am not only against the death penalty, but I am the proud recipient of the Thurgood Marshall Award for representing wrongly convicted people on death row. That's all right. I'm proud to say I've represented, was one of the first cases to represent someone that used DNA to prove the evidence used to convict him was not the victim's evidence, 1989-90. That person was still executed. Okay? I've seen the machinery, the death machinery work, and it doesn't work well if you're a minority. It doesn't work well for anybody. I represented Percy Dobart down in Mississippi, who was convicted in a one-day trial, capital murder. I was on a team that got his retried, and he was not executed. And I've worked on briefs to the Supreme Court. The death penalty is wrong. It's wrong for a lot of reasons, but I don't have to tell you folks that it's wrong. Other issues? Right here. Yeah.
Housing.
How would you balance the a New York State economy that's on the state level is based on tax receipts from Wall Street, as opposed to putting a fire under Wall Street to keep them honest, if that could be possible, as opposed to letting them do whatever they want to do and steal anything that's not nailed down, so that they can get $200 million bonuses to pay taxes to Albany's coffers to spend around the state.
There's no question there's a tension between letting Wall Street make a lot of money because they pay 20-25% of our budget, right? We don't want to. We're angry at them. Why? Because of the meltdown, because of the bailout, because of the bonuses. You have every right to be furious, but we don't want to kill it because it pays the bills. But there are plenty of ways to help it pay the bills legitimately. And so, in my view, the best way to keep Wall Street healthy is to make sure you get rid of the bad apples. And we weren't doing that well enough. There's something I call the gatekeepers, the people who ought to realize that they have this voracious shark in the tank, and they got to make sure that there are boundaries on it. We want that organism to be productive and generate tax receipts. But we don't. We have to have guardrails and a gatekeeper. And the gatekeepers are like the accounting firms, the lawyers, the credit rating agencies, the regulators. These are and directors, right? In WorldCom, for the first time in history, my team made the directors pay personally for that problem. Pay personally, first time in history. And when I'm AG, I'm going to make corporate executives pay personally. All right? Corporations don't necessarily do something wrong. People at corporations do something wrong. And so I'm gonna go after those people and make the world safer for the corporate executive who wants to play by the rules, for the investment banker who wants to make money honestly. So I think it's vigorous enforcement, but understand Wall Street is important, but plenty of people can make money legitimately. Yes, ma'am.
Last question, testify.
You indicated that one of the things you had in mind to do was reform Albany. Could you mind, can you tell us what?
Yeah, one
that
minute,
look
well,
like?
let's see. Let me boil it down to two things: transparency and accountability. Okay? I fought for those things on Wall Street. I fought for transparency and accountability. On Wall Street, that means all the important information is out there so that people who make decisions can react to it reasonably. And if someone lies, we hold them accountable. That's what I did for 11 years. We don't have something like that in Albany. We don't have transparency. There's far too much that goes on behind closed doors. There are good people we send to Albany. There are good people. One of them's right here. Okay? But the system isn't working for us anymore the way it is. So we need to have more transparency. And then we have to be able to hold people accountable when they don't play by the rules. Let me give you a fact. Over the last 28 years, there have been 2,900 legislative elections in which incumbents have run. Okay? 2,900. Of those, only 39 incumbents lost. 1.5%. So when people first get elected, they stay there. And when you're not afraid of losing, are you responsive to your constituents as much as you should be? No, you're not. And so we need to, that's the ultimate accountability. If I don't like the way the state is running, I want to turn you out. We can't do that under the current system effectively. And again, it's a broad brush. It was a very fundamental question. Transparency and accountability. And who's best positioned to do that? I think Andrew Cuomo, by the way, is going to run on a similar message. And as I said to Andrew, and I'll say to you, who better to be on the ticket to reinforce that than an Annapolis graduate, retired Navy captain, former federal prosecutor, who was a great success in the private sector, holding a large interest accountable for their misconduct, than me. So hopefully you'll process that, and I can earn your support over the coming weeks and months. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.